So today is day 8 and we are back in Malta for our halfway of our 2-week cruise. So we spend a whole day here in Malta. Some people are getting off, other people will be getting on because it's a rolling program. So you could do a week or a fortnight or 3 weeks, but we're doing 2 weeks. So we've got a day in Malta until 9:30 tonight. And then we're off to the Greek islands. Very nice.
This time in Malta, we decided we would walk into Valletta. We were heading for the bus station. And en route we came across a cat hotel, although we were unsure who provided this service for Malta's feline friends. The bus station was very well organised and we were soon on our way to Mdina. So here we are in Mdina, which is the old capital of Malta, and I think it might be a walled city. It's very old. Someone told me there were no birds in Malta, but there's lots of birds making their birdie noises, tweeting away. Tweet, 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 tweet. And flying in this tree here.
We took the bus, which was €2 for 2 hours.
Each. 2 hours each
Yeah.
fare.
Yeah.
Or alternatively, you can buy a travel card for 12 trips or something.
Yeah, so there is catalogue.
We've come inside the walls and we're having a bit of a walk. And we seem to have managed to have lost all the crowds, which is really nice. I don't know if you can hear the birds tweeting, but it's fabulous.
Mdina was very quiet compared to Malta, with very few shops. It seemed now to be mainly a tourist destination. And high up it afforded wonderful views. We even waved to George and Caris, who were somewhere in the distance on a beach.
Kişisel olarak düşünün, genel olarak, toplum olarak söylüyorum. Bu kadar sevmiyorsanız...
Oh, let's see George. Hot.
We've just popped into Fontanella's tea rooms to have, well, we thought a cup of coffee, and it'd be rude not to have a cake. But we think we possibly should have had one cake between two, because the portions are
I'll put my phone next to it so you can see.
absolutely enormous.
My phone is for
That's
reference.
the size of the phone for reference. It's a big cake. Lovely. Deep, high, thick, whatever you want to call it. It's very big. Very nice. I shall enjoy that. Yes, we've had a refuel and we're now going to try and find our way down to the bottom bit of the ramparts, I suppose, bastions you call them, which is over by the children's playground. We finally found our way to the gardens that surround Mdina, the Il Fostal in Mdina. It's been a bit of a trek to find it because it's not easy to get down here, but it's very pretty. Certainly worth a walk. Although Mrs. Bird's saying not much shade. It's not too hot, to be honest.
This trip we didn't do many camera walk-bys.
We've now taken another bus and we've come out to St Paul's Bay via Mostar, which Mostar looked quite nice, but we just carry on. It's about a 40-minute bus ride. Again, you get €2 for 2 hours. So we just stopped off and having a walk around this lovely bay.
After visiting this area, we planned to get back on the bus and head towards Valletta. However, due to roadworks, the bus was delayed, and this gentleman, originally from Italy, now living in Malta to avoid heavy taxes in Italy, took us to an alternative bus stop on the main road to avoid that delay. Not sure whether this was on purpose or accidental, but the camera seemed to be on, going through the security check-in. So this is what happens to your bags as they go through the X-ray machine and out the other side. All well, we got on board the ship. Once again, we watched Valletta fade into the distance as the light disappeared. On paper, I wasn't too sure about visiting Athens due to the size of the city and the potential heat, but it all worked out really, really well, and we had a thoroughly great day in the city, and I'd revisit it. We took an Uber into the centre, and the first thing we did was try to see the Acropolis.
Right, we can go now. I've seen the Acropolis.
Have you seen it then?
Yeah.
You've seen it?
Yeah.
Oh, where is it?
Over there.
Are you being serious?
Yeah, no, I've seen it.
We headed up to the Acropolis viewing point and amused ourselves by developing some unusual walking styles.
Why are you the only one doing the silly walk?
Okay, we've arrived in Athens. We tried to get the X80 bus, but you know, great made plans of mice and men. It wasn't running today, so we took a taxi, which was €19.50 for 4 of us, which is very good value. And we are just making our way up to the viewpoint to have a look at the Acropolis.
Oh no, I'm yawning, don't use that.
Your classic, your gold, TV gold, Caris. Oh, and your mother. Is it too hot for you, love?
No, I wanted to know
What?
a recap of what you told me about the Parthenon and the Acropolis.
I can't remember which way around it is. One is the whole thing and one is the little bit.
What, the
Basically
little bit
a
on
big
the
building.
I think the Acropolis is the whole thing.
Yeah, which is
And-
on a hill.
And the
which is what I
Parthenon
think
is
that
the one
means.
building at the top.
Right,
I shall check in a second.
okay. It was a steepish walk to the viewpoint, no handrails and quite a dusty path. But we got there and then we saw it. A quick descent before we headed off to see other sights. We had a short time mooching and pottering. However, there was much more to see in Athens, and we headed towards the old Olympic Stadium and eventually to the Botanic Gardens. Fortunately, there was the Greek version of a pelican crossing, and the traffic did obey the signals. Just a sheer, are we crossing? 8 seconds, 7 seconds, go, 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 go.
So what was this, Caris?
It's now a conference centre, but it was built in 1888 for the first Olympic Games, and we will be going to that stadium later. Bye for now. Yeah. It is a video. Oh, very good. Wave, everybody. Smile and wave.
Just smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
The old Olympic Stadium. It was very impressive actually, and right in the middle of the city. Another busy crossing as we head towards the Botanical Gardens. We were flagging a bit by now, so had a lovely lunch in a local cafe. It was a real treat to see the changing of the guard. They must have been so hot in their uniforms, and they were immaculate. After the changing of the guard, our special guests headed off on their own, and we took a busy local bus back to the cruise ship and to the port. Departure was swift due to a speeded up camera and smooth. It was an early start in Kusadasi, one of the only places we took an organised trip. It was worth it, both financially and because public transport to the area was very limited. Kusadasi was busy in places, especially at the entrance, but overall it was a really good visit. And we enjoyed not having to plan the public transport and be taken in an air-conditioned coach to this ancient city. Some of you, or many of you, will know a lot more about Kusadasi than we did. However, we were happy not to go with a tour guide. We just wandered around, looked at the old buildings and really absorbed the atmosphere. It was quite marvellous when you thought how old the place was. It's a good place to wear trainers as well. No fancy sandals or heels needed. We were also quite surprised by this.
If you want to stand up, you need to face that way, don't you, or not? If you wanted that behind you, Shed.
This is Ephesus.
A bit louder.
This is Ephesus, an ancient city, very ancient. And we found a quiet place, which is lovely. You might be able to see some of the... Oh, I had the camera around the wrong way again. In my defence, I've got my sunglasses on and we're in the shade. And everywhere you look, there are bits of Ephesus, buildings dug up, waiting to be put back together. That's the edge of the library there, and behind it is a big excavation area, apparently by university from Austria. And there's lots of people, and us. Well,
It's just a shot of us walking along, this is.
you going to say anything?
Nope. It's just looking around.
We didn't go in the museum. I'm sure it would have been very lovely, but this is very lovely. Walking along here, it's equally lovely. We're going to have opera here in July. When we left, the coach park was absolutely full, and we were glad to get back on a quite empty coach for the journey home. En route we saw other coaches and cars queuing to get into Ephesus, so the early start was worth it. Rhodes was bittersweet. We didn't get to see the blue waters, dive into the sea, wander the small alleyways, look at the buildings, explore and marvel at its beauty. It was too windy to dock. We did visit Heraclion, and that was great for a mooch and a potter and a long walk along the longest seawall I have actually come across. I just love those glasses. So this is what a mooch and a potter is all about. Not doing very much, actually. Looking, thinking. We can't fit it into the case, we've got to fly home. Stopping, having a drink, pausing, and then having an ice cream, which was very, very nice. Back on board for a quick freshen up and an evening of, well, food and drink. Get ready for our special guests. After many, many cruises, this was our best haul of stickers. Here's myself this time at how much actually I haven't worn and how much I've worn twice.
So our last port day is gone, our last sea day is half gone, and we're packing for a very rude awakening tomorrow at 6 o'clock.
6 a.m, but that's a lot later than what we woke up in.
It was a lot later than when we came.
Bristol. But it's more exciting when you're... Oh no, I can't have that case there. I've got to lay all my stuff out and
I'm
roll
just going to put the labels on it first.
I brought a lot of scarves, I think probably too many scarves. And then I'm trying to think what I'm going to wear this evening and what we'll wear home. That's always a good plan. And it's been sunnier. We've done quite a bit of washing. No, just 2 loads actually, wasn't it? Yeah. Twice, so we've only washed.
Twice.
Once one week, once the next week. And we have washed our gym and or running kit. And then when we get back, as long as there's no delays on the flight, we have a Tesco order on the Friday, but on the Thursday when we arrive home, David's got running and I have Tai Chi in the evening, so I can't see us unpacking.
Oh no, Friday's unpacking.
and we didn't get home in time to do Tai Chi or to go to running club because of a plane delay and then traffic jams on the wonderful British motorways.
So we've arrived in Valencia. Our last day, got up at 6 o'clock. We've been for breakfast and we are just on our way now to go off to the airport. And it's a horrible day. The wind is blowing and the rain is coming down. Glad we're leaving. Diolch yn fawr iawn am wylio. Peidiwch ag anghofio rhoi hoffi I ni. Which is another way of saying don't forget to like and subscribe. This year we'd like to try and get the channel up to 50 subscribers. I know, amazing, eh? We're at 39 at the moment, so don't forget to share with your friends as well. Thanks for watching. See you next time when we'll be in Lancashire and Scotland.
Bugger, I was on video. Sorry, George.
I know.
Bloody people. Oh, bugger. Oh well, I just pressed video at the end of that.